network of awareness makes your brain coherent. One of the fastest growing podcasts. You can hear it 24/7. We got listeners out in London, informationalists in Paris. The echo spreading out, no parrot. Just dissect, digest, and share it. The righteous rhymes hit the spirit. Click 90 times, it won't perish. Cause y'all's the mind ain't no fairy tale like the Valley our parents. It's time to rise, don't get wary. United minds, it's apparent. Download every single errand, but most ain't fit to catch it, even if they were Larry. Interviews, the interludes, they into you, taking you on a journey like no other. It places you in a state of awareness. It's your fault if you hate the truth, cause Yahweh been Yahweh's on his way, my brother. Better change your views. All praise to Yah.
Peace and greetings. Presenting the Network of Awareness podcast radio station, providing in-depth information on society and culture in America and abroad, bringing you truth messages of inspiration, keen insight, reputable interviews, and so much more. So now, for the truth you've been waiting for, your host of the Network of Awareness podcast, Aura, the informationalist.
Peace and greetings. Welcome to the Network of Awareness. I am your host, founder and owner of the Network of Awareness, or the Informationalist. And I want to thank everyone who is joining this live broadcast tonight. Also, those of you that will be listening later, whether listening live or later, definitely download the show and support the Network of Awareness, soon coming to Roku and Internet TV. And brothers and sisters, we have a great show lined up tonight. I do apologize for putting out a very late promo, last minute promo. I didn't intend on doing that. I just kept getting caught up with other things. Was on the phone a lot today, and had to catch up with some of my closest friends, which I only have 3 friends that I consider my best friends, besides my queen, who makes number 4 in that list. And I caught up and really just, it's really good to catch up with people that you love dearly and that have been true blue with you from the very beginning. And it's one of the reasons why I decided to do this show today, because haters are our master teachers, people. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And we're going to discuss that today. And we're going to go deep into how haters are our master teachers. Because what haters do for us, especially those that are closest to us, that have been hating on us for too many years, they teach us a lot about what we don't want in our lives, because we get so much of their toxic energy on a subliminal level to the point when you finally catch it and you finally embrace the fact that this person, no matter how much they say they love you or are by you, they are not really for you, because deep down within the inner recessive thoughts that they hold near and dear in their minds, in their hearts, in their spirit, they are not really for you. And most of the time, they're not for you because they want to be like you, but they don't know how to be. And one of the reasons that I wanted to get into podcasting years and years and years ago is I heard the Joe Rogan podcast. And I heard him when he first started out. And his friend Redband had said, haters are unrealized potential. And I said, woo, that's powerful. Because that's exactly what a hater is. They are unrealized potential. And what exactly does that mean, brothers and sisters? It means that the very light that's within them has yet to be recognized. The very gifts and talents that the Most High has given them to seek out and to fulfill are unrealized. So therefore, their potential for life is unrealized. So we're going to discuss that today on Haters Equal Master Teachers. And I hope that you take note of this show. I hope that you download and save it and listen to it multiple times, because it's definitely going to be an episode that's worth listening to multiple times, especially in those times when you are going to be at the crossroad of deciding whether to keep this person in your life or to let them go. And here at the Network of Awareness, we're always going to say, let them go, because you will see that life will get a lot better. So, let's start off the show with a song, and then we'll get into this topic. And what better song to start out when it comes to this, leaving these haters alone, than Leave Them Alone by Take One. Let's go.
You are now tuned in to the Network of Awareness.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just because you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Shout out to my younger brother from another mother and father. Take One. Check him out. RighteousRapAcademy.com. And if you don't know, now you know. Let's go.
Living for Yah, yeah, the righteous will. Do his will to the end, yeah, the righteous will. Keeping faith till the end, yeah, the righteous will. He that's righteous, let him stay righteous still. Only those with the ear will listen. Getting 1/3 is the only mission. If they don't wanna listen, let a fool stay a fool. Pretty soon they gon' wish that they paid attention. Cause Yah's coming swiftly. Just around the corner you can hear gunshots popping off. People losing their wits be. Soon the USA, aka Babylon, will crash and fall. Much harder than the Twin Towers. 400 years of power, but it's Gentiles. Felt like eternity, but to Yah it was 10 hours. We about to get out of this island of sick power. 1/3 will prevail, 2/3 will get devoured.
For the longest time I tried to wake up my folks, but now I realize their eyes were meant to be closed. So I gotta leave them alone.
I'm just saying,
just leave them alone.
You can't save them.
You can't save the world. You just need to leave them alone.
His soul has some good, I saw it in his eyes. He actually can cure when I spoke about Yah. For a second I thought perhaps I could make a difference. You can show the horse the water, but you can't make him sip it. It's got me reminiscing when I first came into truth. Thought I was better than folks because of what I knew. But after refinement, trials, and maturity, I've realized that I'm no better than he or she. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have, how much dollars you have. As long as you have, everything will make sense. No need to get mad or pissed when the people you know hates the truth you spit. Cause the end is near, it's close and near. Adrenaline is rising high, citizens in fear. The truth isn't for everyone, no matter what you show. Just focus on he's the only way to go.
For the longest time, I've tried to wake up my folks, but now I realize their eyes were meant to be closed. So I gotta leave them alone.
I'm just saying,
just leave them alone.
You can't save them.
You can't save the world. You just need to leave them alone.
All right. Give me 1 second, folks. Just doing something here real quick. And then we'll get this show popping. All right, people. All right, so damn, y'all heard that? That was a thunder clap. And it sounded like a cannon, but that's the type of weather we got here in the Tampa Bay area. Sometimes there's been rainstorms that I feel like Armageddon is coming. That's how crazy the thunder and lightning has been sometimes. And I'm not joking. I'm being dead serious. Like, I've had some storms out here that I'm just like, it's about to be the end of the world. But that's what it's like in Florida. But I prefer this, believe it or not, opposed to snow. It's one thing I don't like growing up north all my life, being a New York, person, is that snow is no for me. I am a tropical person. I have Hebrew blood in me. And my Hebrew blood comes from very hot weather. So it's no more snow for me. That's why I give salute and shout outs to all my peoples that live in Illinois, in the city of Chicago, because that winter over there is hell. I would not recommend it for anybody, but to those that endure it every year, year in and year out, I salute you. Because there's one thing I would never do is move my ass to Chicago to live there for the winter time. Okay? So just keep that in mind, that you're going to be hearing some thunderclaps out here, because just about 10 minutes ago, a huge amount of thunder and lightning, and the rain is pouring down because of these storms that are passing through. The one good thing is that this place, from Sarasota all the way down to this West Coast, is all spiritually protected. A lot of the tribes, the indigenous tribes that lived here, that had Hebrews in these tribes, they knew to take refuge in certain parts of the peninsula because they said it was spiritually guarded by the Creator, which is the Most High. So I've been very fortunate that every hurricane that's passed through here in the past 6 years, now 7 years plus, have not affected me drastically. So all praise to the Most High for that. And with that being said, why don't we give a nice Round of applause for the Most High. And a quick side note, as I had mentioned with these mass shootings, as I said before, that shooting, damn, that one shook the house. As I said, these mass shootings, the one that happened in Buffalo, the more and more as time passes, the more and more is being revealed how all these things transpired. And a lot of people are focusing on Mr. Salters being another man who came out or was developing a water hydrogen system to fuel cars. He's not the only one, but it's very interesting when you start looking at the story, how this man got killed. And the only reason he got killed, I mean, there's many reasons, but the only reason he got physically killed is because when he was shooting at this kid had body armor on. So, with that being said, if you are a gun holder, a licensed gun holder, preferably, right? Because you don't want to go to jail. And you are in a situation like these brothers and sisters were in Tops Supermarket. And you encounter one of these disorderly deviants, and most of the time it's white trash, all right? It's usually a white person. It's very rare that you're going to have somebody who is of color or a melanated person, a black and brown person doing mass shootings. Has it happened? Yes. Is it highly likely? No. It's always, for some reason, a white Caucasian male from America. But a word to the wise. If you encounter these people and you have a weapon, preferably a gun, aim for the head, brothers and sisters. Aim for the fucking head. Aim for the neck. And, aim small. Aim small, you miss small. All right? That's coming from or the informationalists from the Network of Awareness. And I co-sign that. I stamp it. And that's my public service announcement. Now, the topic at hand, haters equal master teachers. I'm going to tell you people a story. And I know how you like stories. So I'm going to tell you a real one based on a true story of my life. I've had, and I still have present day, but the haters I have today, I don't encounter them like I used to. I'm pretty sure I have them. I have haters in certain chat rooms that I'm a part of. I have haters in my neighborhood. I have haters that I don't even know exist on social media. Do I give two shits? No. But I'm glad I have them because it reminds me that I'm doing the right thing. Because like Cat Williams said when he used to be funny, he said, if you don't got a couple of haters in your life, then you're not progressing. You're not doing the right things. And it's very true. Because the haters, as I mentioned on the promo, is that they are the personification of the type of energy you don't want in your life, but the type of energy that you need in your life. Because how are you going to get to know yourself and get to know the type of energy that you want resonating around you if you don't have that toxic energy that you know is fucked up, that is wrong, that is sideways? You have to understand that first. That's why I always say on my show, and I have it listed as my description on my page for my podcast and for my network moving into television, is that I have to expose the lies in order for you to better understand the truth. We can't really understand the truth until we understand that we are being lied to. And if you feel me, and if you agree, and you feel if you're on the same page, let me know in the chat room, brothers and sisters. And welcome to everybody that's in this chat room. I see my regulars are in here. Peace to all y'all brothers and sisters. But let me know, because you have to understand the lie before you really can come into the truth. And it's the same thing with the hater. The haters, you got to know what they really are about. And sometimes it takes us years. Sometimes it could take a month. Sometimes it takes a couple of minutes. But when it comes to those that are closest to us, it takes us a real long time to really understand that these people are not for you. I'm going to tell you a story. And I talked about this particular individual who we don't ever mention his name anymore. Me and my peoples, or at least me and my friend that were really close to him and my other friend, but me and my friend Lincoln were very close to this individual. And one thing I realized is that this dude, I still got love for him. I'm always going to love this dude because he was a real significant person in my life at one time. Somebody that I showed a lot of love to, and somebody I did way too much for. But everything that happened was meant to happen, and it happened, and there's no taking it back. You just have to embrace what you gained from the experience and what you learned. And this individual was one of my master teachers, along with my daughter's mother, but that's a whole nother story. The thing is this, when it comes to haters, like this individual was, a lot of times they really do love you. Deep down inside, they really do love you. But that love is not unconditional. That love is highly distorted because deep down within their spirit, they want to be like you. They really do. They just don't know how to be. And a lot of times, like this individual, they want to control you. They want to manipulate you to serve their best interest. A lot of times, the only reason why these people even exist is because you cater to their bullshit. You become the enabler to the hater. I might even have to do a part 2 called Enabler Haters, enabler to the hater, because that's what a lot of us are. Until we wake up and start smelling the roses and the coffee and the hater in the air, the haterism in the air. And this particular individual, I've known since I was 18 years old. And he was hating on me back then. I knew it to a certain degree, but I didn't want to really embrace it to the degree that it was being displayed. Because me and this brother did a lot of good things together. But a lot of those good things that we were able to accomplish together was because of me. It took me a long time to realize that. And when we first got into the hip hop game and we was doing shows for free and we was traveling throughout the East Coast as far as at the time, we traveled as far as Boston or Maryland. It was Boston, Massachusetts. So from New York to Boston, we did shows. And what's interesting is that I was paying pretty much for everything, brothers and sisters. Everything. I was paying for a hotel if we stayed at a hotel. I was the only one with the damn car. And I always had me a new joint because I was making money. And then whenever I had my apartments, this dude would stay there when he didn't have a place to stay. And then when it came to trees, because we used to smoke a hell of a lot of weed, most of the time I was paying for the trees. And you would think that when somebody is helping you to that magnitude, you would think that that person would be super grateful. But that friendship came with a hell of a lot of criticism. Criticism that was unwarranted most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time, unwarranted. But where was the criticism coming from? The criticism was coming from a deep-rooted insecurity and lack of confidence in this particular individual self, in this man's spirit. So to feel good about himself, it would make him feel better to bring me down, especially if I was getting too much attention. And a lot of times, you see what happens, brothers and sisters, is the people that are closest to you, when you start getting a certain level of attention, whether it be from people or whether it be from attention overall in the way you are recognized. Shit, it could be attention from a damn pet, from a damn dog. That person is going to feel a certain type of way because they're not getting the type of attention you're getting. And most of the time, they are that unrealized potential. Because instead of being inspired by your energy, they want to bring your energy down. And a lot of times they don't even realize that they're doing it. The intentions are there, but they're not even realizing the level of magnitude in which it's being expressed. And then you wind up starting to question yourself based on the fuckery of manipulation that's coming from these people or from this person. If I'm making sense, let me know, brothers and sisters that are in this chat room. I want this particular episode to be somewhat interactive in this dialogue because all of us have experienced this and are still experiencing it present day, present moment. And by the way, brothers and sisters, on a side note, I got my XLR cables yesterday. And one thing I love about these new XLR cables, they're very sturdy, they're metallic, and they match my microphone. So just had to put that out there. I'm kind of happy about that. But when it comes to the haters, brothers and sisters, the haters they're off the chain, man. And you have to have the spiritual understanding to recognize that this energy is toxic. It's very toxic. And you have to really dig deep down in your spirit and really ask the Most High for guidance in revealing these people to you. And a lot of times, the Most High is already revealing these people to you. So let me go back to the story before I, get all into other tangents, because this is a very broad topic of discussion. But when I was hanging out with this dude and we was writing music and we was vibing, there were so many people in my life, from ex-girlfriends to new friends to old friends to family, especially family. Because my mother never liked this dude, ever. My brother didn't like him. Matter of fact, I think my brother decided to like him after 10 or 15 years just because he felt like, you've been friends with him this long, so he can't be that bad. But he was. And it wasn't so much that he was the type of person that I had to worry about, setting me up to get killed. But I truly believe that if we would have made it in the hip hop industry, I truly believe this individual would have made me a sacrifice to move up in rankings. I 110% know in my spirit that he would have sacrificed me hard. And you know what? Maybe it wouldn't have went as planned because the Most High has been with me for a long time. But I know for a fact that he would have been the one. It wouldn't have been Lincoln. It would have been him. Because he was thirsty for attention. And I think a lot of his malfunction psychologically came from his teenage years when he was in a certain organization and he got a lot of love or a lot of admiration within that organization, and it went to his head big time. And sometimes that happens to us, brothers and sisters. Some of us don't ever recover from that malfunction, where when we're younger, we start feeling ourselves way too much. And there's some people that when they have certain types of achievements or success when they're really young, they stay stuck in that egoic mentality to where even when they're not vibrating or vibing on that level that they was once at, they still think they're fucking there. And they're nowhere near it. They're like light years away from being that type of person. But they swear in their mind they are. This individual was like that. Very much so. I mean, one of the things that people used to tell me, and I never really wanted to hear this, and I never really entertained it ever. Because it's just the type of person I am. I've always been looked at as an attractive man or even an attractive male since I was a little kid. I always had women chasing after me. But I never got caught up in that because my thing was always just hanging out and wanting people to find me worthy because I was mentally abused as a child by my stepfather. And because of that, I always wanted to seek the worthiness. I wanted to feel worthy of friendships, of camaraderie that I was trying to build. And I used to go out of my way to make people like me. Until I used to have people tell me, like, bro, you don't have to do all this. We like you. We love you. You're awesome. You're a good person. You're a good brother. Ain't nothing you got to do extra. But it took me years to get out of that state of mind. And with this particular individual, when it came to girls and he used to see the type of attention that I get, he used to feel a certain type of way about it. Just like other dudes that I used to have friendships. They didn't like the fact that if we was all hanging out, certain females would gravitate to me. And they didn't understand it because I used to be quiet. I don't talk much. Even though I do this podcast and y'all hear me talking, I don't talk much. Especially when I'm around people I don't know. I'm an observant motherfucker. I could say that I'm reserved, but I'm not as reserved as I used to be when I was younger. I'm a little bit more approachable these days. Not too approachable, but somewhat, because I've matured as a man to understand that sometimes you got to open up and you have to be somewhat welcoming. The Most High wants me to be like that. So I'm a little bit more like that, but I'm still reserved. And this particular individual I don't know, it was just something about it. I don't know if it's because he had a physical deformity. I don't know if it was just because it was a deep-rooted haterism that he had for me. I don't know if it was a deep-rooted insecurity within himself through his own childhood. But what's crazy about it is that I showed the brother so much love. And for years and years and years and years, we're talking about 23 years, just haterism, just like you hating on your brother. Why? Didn't make sense. But what I was gaining from that experience was a great education as to what it is that I don't want in my life. And there were so many instances, brothers and sisters. I had 3 to be exact, where I literally cut him off. And we didn't talk to each other for like 3 months. There was one time where I didn't talk to him for 6 months. There was another time when I didn't talk to him for like almost a year. But we always wind up getting back together as boys, as brothers, and kind of making up. But the straw that broke my cousin. The straw that broke the camel's back is when in 2019, I've been talking about doing the Network of Awareness podcast for a while. And this brother actually gave me the name for it because at first I was going to call it the Awareness Network. But he said, I think it'd be better the other way around. Network of Awareness, NOA, Noah. Because the brother knew scriptures very well. He knew the New Testament better than the Old Testament, but he knew both books. And I was like, hey, appreciate it. But because I was finally on the precipice of making that decision and not looking back, and I would bring it up to him, he always felt like I was going to steal information from him. And I never forget with my other brother, shout outs to my brother Chungi, who's probably listening to the show right now out in South Carolina, is that we was building on this information together. So how in the fuck can I steal from something that me and you studied together? And the interesting part is that when I started, ever since I started this podcast, ain't shit that he was looking to do specifically I have integrated into this show, into my network or anything. The difference between him and I presently is that I'm really about this life and that I'm really have submitted my energy to allow the Most High to guide it, opposed to me getting in the way instead of allowing Yahweh. Every day I get closer to what I've been led astray from. And the only way I get closer to that is by getting out of my own way and allowing Yahweh to guide the path that's been set forth. And the path is narrow. But I say all this because he was telling Lincoln, my brother, like, yeah, talking shit about me. Like, oh, this dude's going to steal my stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then Lincoln had to check him like, yo, who do you think you are? Like, what are you talking about? You're not even making sense right now. This dude has done so much for you and you talking shit about him like this? Nah, we're not doing that. And then it was brought to my attention. And then when I presented it to him, he was copping pleas, trying to sugarcoat it like he wasn't talking that shit. But he was. And I believed that it was happening. And then not even a couple of days after that, I forgot how the situation happened, but it was all through text message. We didn't even have a conversation. And we was going back and forth, all four of us in a group text. And I basically said, yo, I'm done with you, bro. We're done. I'm not fucking with you no more. We're not going to be brothers anymore. You know what I'm saying? I wish you well, but we are done. I even wrote a rhyme in the text message shitting on him because in the past, this motherfucker wrote 3 songs about me, people. 3 songs that he put little jabs at me that didn't even add up. Just his own fucking jealousy and insecurity. And people, I'm telling you something right now. This is one of the reasons why I'm doing this show, because I want to help somebody that's listening to this show either today or a year from now, or anytime in between, or anytime for that matter. But if you are sensing jealousy from a particular person that's in your life, whether it be family, friends, or associates, dispatch, detach, disengage, and stop telling those people about your business. Don't tell them what you're doing. Don't tell them where you're going. Don't tell them what you're thinking. And don't be around them because they are looking to cripple you. They are looking to disseminate, or should I say dismantle you. They are looking to disenfranchise your very spirit. And a lot of times they don't want you being connected to the Most High. And I'm pretty sure a lot of the brothers and sisters in this chat room that give all their praise to Yahweh Elohim, which is and always will be our great creator of that which is and always will be within this universe of verses, they don't want you connecting to that. When you're like, hey, see, I'm the type of person, if you call the Most High God, I don't care. Just the fact that you have a connection to the Most High is good for me. But don't shit on me because I call the Most High by his Hebrew scripture name. And don't get mad at me because the Most High ordained me at 18 years old to let me know that I was going to be a messenger for him. And I take great responsibility with that now. 40, actually, how many years did it take me to realize this? It took me over 20 years to really understand that the Most High wanted me to be his messenger, like the Most High told me at 18 years old. And see, the thing is, we as people, we experience haterism at its highest magnitude or at its highest levels when we are truly being connected to who we truly are. When we start living our true selves is when the haters are amplified in their dissent, in their jealousy, in their envy, in their disgust for you, because they can't be like you. And there's a certain level of energy that you possess and that emanates from your spirit that they can't connect to. And that's why it's so important to disengage. I've been very fortunate and favored that some of the newer people that have come into my life that I'm not friends with, those friendships lasted a hot second. I've been very favored that the Most High has weeded out these people quick out of my life, quick. And the reason being is because I've had I've spent enough time to really embrace that which I want opposed to that which I don't want. And I got a better understanding in that 23-year friendship of what I don't want. That's why if I meet somebody new, when it comes to a male that I can possibly have a friendship with, if they show me any signs of the toxicity that I know doesn't work for me, they're not getting any more conversation. They're not getting any more time from me. And to be honest with you, in the past couple of years, ever since the pandemic started, there's really been no new friends. There's just been those which have been around when I first started. Living in Florida, which my friend Nick, who was my barber, and he became my friend. He's still my friend to this day. We just don't see each other much. Unless he's in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And we'll go out and we'll chill. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. All the other friends that I have, couldn't mess with them, man. Could not mess with them because I just knew that they wasn't right. And it wasn't so much that they were bad people. They just wasn't right for me because the level of respect and admiration that I know is healthy for me, I wasn't getting from these people. So there was no reason to have them around because the level of respect and admiration that I have for them was not going to equate to what they had for me. And I was fine with that. To be like, okay, don't need to deal with you no more. And I even had to cut off somebody that was somebody I met in Yasha's chat room. I had to cut the brother off because he wasn't really about that brotherly friendship. He had certain mental, what I call roadblocks based on his past. And I wish I could have told the brother like, yo, I'm not your past. And if you can't handle my alpha male energy, then hey, we good. But you're not going to try to demonize me or try to make me think that I'm less of, or if I'm doing something wrong because I'm so damn confident in myself. No, we're not playing that game. If you can't handle alpha male energy, then that's something you got to question within yourself. Maybe it's because you're a simp. Maybe it's because you're a beta hater. And if you're a beta hater, we're not going to mix because I'm an alpha male. I rolls with alpha males. I don't even feel comfortable being around betas anymore. And y'all willing, I'm going to be getting married in the future. And if I get married and I'm hanging out with my wife and I'm around some simp ass dude that's like, happy wife, happy life, I'm going to tell my wife, get me the fuck out of here. I don't even want to spend another fucking moment around somebody like that. Happy wife, happy life. Fuck out of here, man. Simp dudes. Hey, but you know what? What I've noticed is that simp motherfuckers like to hang around other simps. So let them be. But if you are somebody that's very comfortable in your own skin, chances are you are an alpha male. You are a leader. You are a trendsetter. You are a motivator. You are an inspirer. And that goes to my queens too, because there are alpha females and there's simp females. And these simp females are simp-alicious. See, the times that we're in, brothers and sisters, we have to look at everything spiritually because that's all that matters. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience. Everything else is an illusion. Our very bodies, the tissue down to the blood is an illusion. The only thing that's truly real within the universe is the spirit that we are. And while we're in this physical form, going to school for the spirit so that we can ascend to a higher dimension, we have to be very careful on how we walk in these bodies and who we interact with in these bodies. Especially when it comes to sharing your body with another person. See, I'm not sharing my body with anybody else but my queen. Because the energy that I'm going to be sharing, the energy that I'm sharing with her physically, it's a special embodiment that the Most High is putting his hands on. So when that interaction, that sexual intimacy or relations is happening, it's being favored by the Most High. It's being guided by the Most High. There is a foundation there. You have to be very careful in who you share your body with when it comes to the opposite sex. And you got to be very careful on who you're sharing your energy with when it comes to anybody, whether it be a friend, a family member, an associate. Because we are in a time right now where Satan is running a fucking muck. Satan is really on his last lick. So he's going to do everything in his power to fuck shit up. And in my opinion, I think he's doing an awesome job. And it's not so much that I'm giving props to Satan. Let's make this very clear. But when it comes to this malevolent, Kabbalistic movement within the world, got to give Satan his props because he's doing his fucking thing. He's got the 2/3 on lock. Because most of 2/3 of society is fucked up. That's why I had told somebody a while back, they was like, yo, your podcast is going to blow up. And I was like, no, I don't really think it is. It'd be nice if it does. All praise to the Most High if it does. I really don't think it is. Well, why is that? Because ain't a lot of people thinking like this. Ain't a lot of people looking at things from a spiritual perspective. There's a lot of people that don't even believe that there is a spirit. There's a lot of people that don't even believe that the Most High exists. There are people that think they are the fucking masters of their universe, that they are the embodiment of all that is and ever will be, not realizing that they are an expression. They are a microcosm of that spiritual force. But that spiritual force is all encompassing because it comes from somewhere else. We're just an extension of that. But there's people that think that they're truly the embodiment of that. These people that think that they're their own gods. They call themselves gods and all this bullshit. Not realizing that what they are is an observer for the Most High. They are an experience for the Most High. And it takes a lot to really understand and embrace that, people. It really does. Because the ego is a motherfucker. The ego will trick you and make you believe that you are the hottest fucking thing on the planet. And that's why a lot of you brothers and sisters in the truth, let me tell you another message. Don't get caught up in the fact that you don't have a lot of money. Don't get caught up if you're struggling financially. Because I'm right there with you. But I ain't never been more fucking content with life ever before than I am right now. And yeah, I may not have a lot of money, but I have what I need. And my message to you, brothers and sisters, don't allow these haters to get you twisted just because you're not making the same type of money they're making. Please don't. Because in actuality, chances are, they're not as happy as you are. They're not filled with the level of contentment that you have in your spirit. Just because they got more toys than you. Just because they got a bigger house or apartment than you. Just because they get to go on more trips than you. Just because they are in a relationship or married and you're not. Don't get caught up in that. Because at the end of the day, they're not 9 times out of 10 connected to their spiritual self that is connected to the Most High in the way you are. And that doesn't mean that you should think that you're better than them, but it also should mean that you should pray for them and hope the best for them and not have ill will, but still continue to be on your path to getting closer to what mankind has led astray, which is the Most High. See, haters, a lot of times, they make you question yourself. I know somebody recently that started questioning himself based on a conversation they had. And that's what happens with these haters. They really think they're about that shit. They really think they got that this shit don't fucking stink, like they're the best thing since sliced bread. They really think they're popping. And you know what? In the worldly world arena, they are. But they ain't popping with the Most High. The Most High is looking at them like, next. Ain't nothing to focus on over here. Lost souls. And listen, I'm not saying that, brothers and sisters, that we should be on our high horse because we have a relationship with the Most High. What I am saying is that we need to be grateful that we're in this position because many are not, and they choose not to be, and they don't want anything with it. And it's not your job to convince them. It's your job to be an example for them to take heed to or to fucking completely disregard. But that's a them problem, not you. And I'll be damned if I let any fucking hating ass, bitch ass motherfucker get the best of me these days. And I almost did, not a couple of weeks ago. I got a little bit in my emotions because somebody that I don't even know from a hole in the wall was trying to throw a monkey wrench in what I had going on in my life. And I found out about this. But you know what I did? Nothing. And sometimes that's the best thing, because I'm going to tell you something. Just like when I almost got set up to get killed and I didn't when I was 15 years old, and my brother told me that the Most High was going to handle this piece of shit that used to be my friend, that no longer is here. He's dead. Said the Most High is going to take care of that. And 3 years after, the Most High took care of it. And he supposedly killed himself, which some people question if that was real, because some people think that they made it look like he killed himself. Either way, whether he killed himself or not, the Most High took care of it. And that's what we have to focus on, is we have to focus on the Most High these days. We cannot get caught up with the haters. Be grateful that you have them, but don't give them your energy. Learn. Let them be your teachers, because that's what they are, brothers and sisters. That's all they are. They are master teachers. They're not our regular teachers. They are master teachers. Why? Because they are going to be the opposition. They are going to be the adversity that you need to overcome to be the best version of yourself. Because let's just keep it 100. There's people that I love talking to. There's people that I vibe with. Like my friend Billy Izzy, right? From Imperial U Life Podcast. It's like, I can't hate on my friend that loves me dearly. I can't do that. Because the brother's just been showing me love since day one. So I can learn from him, and I have, but there's only so much I can learn from somebody that I'm always just getting along with and appreciative of the time that I spend with them. So it's not really much growth that can come from that, because it's good times. But when you're dealing with that hater, when you're dealing with that critical piece of shit that's in your life, that's always trying to tell you what you should be doing or shouldn't be doing, and they're not doing it. I'll give you another little quick example of what I'm talking about, just so it can really resonate with y'all. Back in 2017 and 18, when I already had put my daughter in one of these behavioral health centers, because I didn't know what else to do. You know what I'm saying? My daughter was just off the chain. And I couldn't have her in my house no more because she kept running away. So I was like, I'm not going to keep chasing after you. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't going to be the type of father to be like, you know what? You want to run away? Go. I couldn't do that. So what did I do? I put her in a behavioral health center to see if putting her in a confined area to focus on certain things can help her. It really didn't, because she was so strong-willed that she didn't want to fucking change. So she just played games. If anything, I think it made it worse, because my daughter became the type of person like one of those convicts where they go to jail and they know how to fucking work the system. That's what my daughter is right now. She's one of those people that knows how to work the systems of the United States to work in her favor. But this dude around that time, right? I had gotten a medical marijuana card officially. Got it approved by a neurologist that I got put onto. And he's out in Sarasota. Dr. Stein is his name. Cool ass man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have the medical marijuana card. Didn't renew it for like the past 2 or 3 years. But when I did get it, and I was purchasing all different types of medical marijuana, and I remember telling him like, yeah, I just bought this and that. And then he was like, oh, instead of spending your money on that, you should be investing in yourself. Maybe you should get that microphone you wanted to get, or maybe you should do this and that. And I was like, I used to feel like shit. And then this same person that is telling me this is going, and this is in New York, is going to meet up with one of my connects that I put him onto, because I'm very well connected in New York, people. I'm not saying that to brag. I just am. I was in the hustle game for a pretty long time, and I got connections, not just to that type of stuff, but just overall connections. So I hooked him up. I hooked him up to somebody that he could get trees from anytime he wants, and it'll get delivered to him on top of that. And it's funny because my connect, one of my peoples, didn't even like him after a while. I was like, yo, I cut that dude off. They was like, good, because I didn't like him. I got tired of serving him. He always was bitching and all this other shit. I was like, oh, word, why didn't you tell me? He's like, nah, because I was your boy. And plus, he's going to put money in my pocket, whatever. While he's saying this shit to me, he's over there going to buy a QP, or not a QP, a quarter of an ounce or an ounce from my contact, from one of my peoples that I put him onto. The audacity. You over here criticizing me because I bought a little eighth of some trees from a dispensary legally, and you over here buying some illegal shit from one of my contacts, and you criticizing me when you don't got a fucking pot to piss in, and that money that you're spending on that quarter ounce should be invested on you just bettering your life and being more responsible, maybe getting your car fixed that you just got after fucking in your 30s, driving for the first time and having a license. Get the fuck out of here, man. But you see, I wasn't on that level that I'm on now because I really wasn't embracing the lack of friendship. I wasn't really understanding it for what it was. I was delusional. And sometimes we become delusional because we're so used to people. I was so used to him, man, being like this for over 20 years. But then I had to come to that point with that other situation that I just explained earlier, where he was talking shit about me and talking about how I'm gonna steal this and steal his property, intellectual property, and all this bullshit. And something came into my spirit because the Most High gave me the decision to make at that point. He's like, you gonna deal with this shit? You in your fucking 40s, bro. And of course, the Most High wasn't talking to me like that, but that was the message I was treating. You're in your fucking 40s and you still this motherfucker still acting like you're 18, 19 years old, or still acting like he was 19, 20 years old? Do you really want that for the next 20 years of your life? And my spirit was like, fuck no. Done. And I'm going to tell you what helped me in making that decision, brothers and sisters. And I told this to, I was telling this to Letta, I think it was last week, not too long ago. If I could cut my daughter off, my own blood, my child, my seed, if I could cut her out of my life, I could cut anybody out of my life. Anybody. And that's why I had to cut out that 23-year friendship that really was a learning lesson and somewhat of a friendship. But it was an eye-opener. It was a program of understanding the type of energy that I don't want or need in my life, period. And there's some of you listening to the show right now that you need to make this definitive decision. You need to have that definiteness of purpose in your life to say, you know what? I can't mess with this person no more. I can't allow this person to be another day in my present or future. And I'm telling you right now, brothers and sisters, if you make that conscious, righteous, most high, worthy decision for yourself, you are going to elevate. You are going to take a trajectory within your journey of life that is going to be so powerful and impactful, and it's going to close that door to allow other doors to open up. They can't open up until that door gets shut for good. Period. I had a brother that's in this truth with me that was feeling a female. And I told him, I said, that female's not for you, brother. That female's not for you. But he had to understand that for himself. And he shot it. I'm going to talk like my woman, because I'm starting to get this down south slang down, this Louisiana slang. But he tried to shoot his shot. He shot his shot and it went nowhere. And he got shut down. And he was down about it. And I said, bro, don't you worry. The Most High has got his hands on you. That is not for you. And I'm not saying it just because I knew it. I'm saying it because if it ain't happened and didn't go down the way you thought it was, and you didn't do nothing wrong, it ain't for you, brother. But guess what? You're going to meet a female that's far better for you. You're going to meet a female that complements your spirit in ways that you can never even imagine. And not even 3 to 4 weeks or 2 to 3 weeks later, the brother was getting noticed by a female that I felt, and I didn't know this female like that, but the little bit I got from her, the little bit I saw, I'm like, that's for you, brother. You need to pursue that. You need to make that whole, because that's for you. And ever since I had that conversation, it seems like that situation is very promising for this brother. And I'm very happy for him, because that was just the Most High speaking through me. That wasn't really coming from me. That was just the truth being spoken through one of the Most High's vessels, which I happen to be the vessel of truth for that moment for him to hear. That's why you can't get caught up in people that tell you, oh, the Most High don't exist. Oh, this and that, blah, blah, blah. The scriptures is this and that. It's not just about the scriptures. See, that's what they don't even get. And I don't got the time or energy to explain to somebody that. It's not about the scriptures. The scriptures are a blueprint. The scriptures are an outline of truth. But the real truth is within you. That's the only way you can even understand the scriptures, because if the truth ain't within you, how you can even understand the truth that is being exposed outside of you? And that's why I always say, don't look for the light at the end of the tunnel, because the light is within you. Light up the darkness in the tunnel, because you are the light. You are an expression of that which is and always will be. You are an expression of Yah Elohim. So understand these haters are what they are, but have the spiritual aptitude to say, enough is enough. I learned all I could learn. And it's time to move on. This energy is holding me back from progressing and elevating to a higher perspective and dimensional field within my journey of life. And I say that confidently. Why? Because I'm living it. I've done it and I continue to do it. I only got a few people in my circle, people. And right now, my best friend is my woman who's in this chat room right now. That's my best friend now. And that friendship is growing every day. That unification is growing every day, not because it's so wonderful, which it is. It's growing because it has the foundation of the Most High. Because you have to understand something, people. When it comes to other people in your life, whether it be your wife, your girlfriend, your brother, your sister, those people are there to be a bonus to what you have going on for yourself. You have to learn how to be content with yourself. You have to love yourself, because the more you get to love and appreciate who you are, the closer you get to understanding that all that you are was given by a higher power. You are an expression of that. When those sperm cells go into the fallopian tube and into the ovary, only one makes it. That's by design. And sometimes 2 or 3 make it, right? That's how you got twins and triptuplets and all that other shit that I don't even know the words for. But there's purpose there. You have to understand that you are born alone and you are going to die alone. So it's good to have people that you care about. But they are a complement. They are a bonus to your singular life. But even though your life is singular, it's by itself, it is connected to everything that is and ever will be. We are connected to the dirt. We are connected to the trees. We are connected to the water. We are connected to the sand. We are connected to the animals, because we are all in this one experience, all at the same time, having different experiences with one experience, which is the Most High, which is the universe, which is that which is and always will be. And we can only get closer to that understanding by getting closer to understanding who and what we are. Because what the hater is going to allow you to do, if you are allowing your spiritual eyes and allowing your experience to fill you up and allowing the Most High to give you the lessons that you need to learn, you will start to realize that these people are only there for a moment. They are only there for a season. They are not meant to be there permanently. And the Most High is constantly trying to teach you that. But a lot of times we don't pay heed to the messages. There are certain people, and it's a very small few people, that are going to be in our lives forever. Those are the congratulators. And I'm going to do an episode about that. I'm going to do an episode, be grateful for the congratulators. Because we have certain people in our lives that have been nothing but inspiring, nothing but humbled and loving you and cherishing every moment with you and appreciating you who you are. Will you have certain tumultuous moments with these types of people? Absolutely. Will you agree to disagree at times? Absolutely. But they're always going to love you. They just know who you are, and it's not going to change. And I can honestly say that I have friends like that. But that doesn't mean that I slack in my appreciation or in my friendship. It doesn't mean that I take a break and be like, oh, because you love me so much, I'm just going to chill out. I don't really got to do much for this friendship because it's pretty much solid. Nah, it's an ongoing thing. Just like our praise and our faith is a 24/7 ongoing process. It never ends. The only time it ends is when you choose to make it end. Because the Most High ain't going to force you to understand that he's with you. It's your responsibility, not his. He already gave you life. The Most High already gave you an experience. It's up to you to understand what is the purpose of that experience so that you can give back the gifts that have been given. I've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes, brothers and sisters. Let's take a break. I don't want to talk your ears off. And let's listen to some positive music with messages in it. Now, the other day, I played a song from Silva and Lou Mora called I Got the 9 on Me. When you listen to this song, brothers and sisters, the reason I play this song, it's not a negative song. We're in spiritual warfare. We are in a battle. We are behind enemy lines. So we need to protect ourselves, because if there's ever been a time to fight for what's right, to fight for what is righteous, it's now. Because these dark forces, these Kabbalistic, malevolent, Luciferian principle forces are pushing their Luciferian principles down our kids' throats and down our throats. And we have to be the resistance of righteousness, the righteousness resistance. And matter of fact, I'm going to make that a title, because that's what we are. We are the righteous resistance to all the wickedness and all the evil. Let's take a break and do this instrumentation, and we'll be right back.
Now
nothing like stage, green radio, TV, I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Shout out to all the brothers and sisters living, speaking, walking in this truth. All praise to the Most High.
Low kick.
Let's go.
They know I got the 9 on me.
Yeah, you know I got the 9 on me.
It's time to ride or die, homie.
Yeah, it's time to ride or die, homie.
Man, this how we survive, homie.
Yeah, this how we survive, homie.
That's why I keep the 9 on me.
Yeah, you know I got the 9 on me.
This word is for the wise, either ride or you gon' die. It's the blind leading the blind. We've been fighting for our rights, now we fighting for our life. Still no light I see inside, but I see the light inside and pray I don't go out my mind. I got a 9 in my hand and a couple of bullets. All I need is a reason for me to load it and pull it. There goes one in the shoulder, another one in the leg. Gotta finish the job and put another one in his head. I was told it's him or me, I'ma live to see another day. Killer do the killing, I don't see it any other way. People do the talking, I don't care what motherfuckers say. Keep your social distance or you getting blown the fuck away. No more Mr. Nice Guy, gotta be the bad boy. I'm on high alert, I got all of you niggas paranoid. I'm way too much at peace for you to ever bother mine. That's the bottom line, cause we all live in them all time. The 9 on me.
Yeah, you know I got the 9 on me.
It's time to ride or die, homie.
Yeah, it's time to ride or
You
die,
are now tuned in
homie.
to the
Man,
Network
this
of
how we
Awareness.
survive, homie.
Yeah, this how we survive, homie.
That's why I keep the 9 on me.
Yeah, you know I got the 9 on me. Do or die till I die, homie. I leave a nigga paralyzed, homie. What you know about the 9 on me? With that 45, feel like plies, homie. I look up at the sky like I'm the guy, homie. Got him grinding off the muscle you supply for me. What you know about your bestie trying to ride on you? I ain't never tell, bitch, I define loyal. That type of other shit just make my blood boil you. How you hate me after all the shit I done for you? Now I'm forced to get my head right, but that's kinda hard with you to dodge death twice. Respect life, but this ain't a show, I'm dead nice. I'm the one that could bring us to the next fight. Shed light over everything bad, I'm the one with a gun, it's a tech bite. Blah.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. Make me a nightmare for people like you.
Solomon, however, loved many foreign women besides Pharaoh's daughters. Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Sidonians, and Hittites. They were from the nations about which the Lord had told the Israelites, you must not intermarry with them, because they would surely turn your hearts after their gods. Nevertheless, Solomon held fast to them in love.
Young or old, it don't matter. Pussy can make even a tough mind shatter. For real, such a pity, but the truth is evident. Just look at all the evidence. Artificial intelligence got nothing on these fellas when they see a honey walking by. Who's a dime? She's got the whole 9, looking fine from left to right, left to right. But deep inside, you don't know she's a demon looking to take complete control of you. Just look at her smile. Your game and your confidence ain't the key here. Satan knows who's awake and who's asleep still. Gotta be in the spirit at all times. Never drop them hands, keep that chin tucked, always stay sharp as a knife. Beauty can be a trap, an unescapable spider web. If you get wrapped in it, you're dead. Think with your brain, bruh, not with your nature. When the war falls, pussy's not gonna save ya.
He had 700 wives of royal birth and 300 concubines, and his wives led him astray. As Solomon grew old, his wives turned his heart after other gods, and his heart was not fully devoted to the Lord his Yahweh, as the heart of David, his father, had been.
If it got the best of Solomon, what chance did you have?
so deceitful, but even more is the heart. The book's cover ain't enough to throw it in the car. You gotta judge them by their labor, their behavior. If she hates the word of Yah, it's time to labor. Many men are slaves to the pussy. It's true. Do what I say and you may get a cookie. Got them dabbling in all kind of nonsense without conscience. He just wanna go home to get the bed rocking. Satan's busy in these troubled times. Give him an inch and he's certainly gonna take a mile. Shouts out to the 1/3. Don't let him take your crown. Walk with your head high, never down. Stay spiritually bound.
He followed Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Sidonians, and Molech, the detestable god of the Ammonites. So Solomon did evil in the eyes of the Lord. He did not follow the Lord completely, as David his father had done. On a hill east of Jerusalem, Solomon built a high place for Chemosh, the detestable god of Moab, and for Molech, the detestable god of the Ammonites. He did the same for all his foreign wives, who burnt incense and offered sacrifices to their gods. The Lord became angry with Solomon, because his heart had turned away from the Lord, Yahweh of Israel, who had appeared to him twice.
I'm a little concerned about your salvation and stuff. How come you have not been baptized?
Because I never got around to it, okay? I don't know why you always have to be judging me, because I only believe in science.
Now you see something. Now you see now. Now you see now. You done fucked up. You done fucked up. You done fucked up. I see. I see. No. I see. No. What's up? You done fucked up. You done fucked up. You done fucked up.
Shout outs to my brother Cal on the bass.
A new age has begun. An age of freedom. And all who know that 300 Spartans gave their last breath to defend it.
When the light has faded and darkness is abroad, the light is only dim because the darkness teaches us lessons that need to be learned in order for one to move forward. Embrace the darkness, for the darkness is your friend. So there is no end. It's only an illusion to what has been. Follow the light and let the spirit embark on a flight to a destination unknown, but to a place where love is the building blocks that call this place home. We are always accompanied on this journey, but still feel alone. It is never the same journey or experience that is ever shown. It is your imagination that awakens the passion that will weather the storm, because it is the pure compassion in the soul that is vigorous and strong. We're one with eternity, so let's be connected to the positive stream that allows us to fulfill our infinite destiny, most definitely. Let's strive to be the best people we can be with a power that is humanly new to see. So mistaken dismay can lead us astray, so let us stay, for it is our free will that allows us to make a choice. So I choose Yahweh with no delay.
Oxycontin or take one. It was only a matter of time for this to happen. We about to hit you some bars to resonate with your soul. Bar Smiths, let's go. Let me talk my shit. American dream is nothing more but a mirage to keep you enslaved, controlled by the synagogues. They gave us a white man with blue eyes, called him God. Malcolm X started to learn before he sabotaged the truth that Muhammad Elijah was a fraud. The whole Islam nation, nothing but facade. You industry niggas is nothing but some cheap rods. Riding them balls to Satan, giving his dick a massage. America's Babylon, hidden in camouflage. Brotherhood recruitment and Masonic lodge. Triple scoops of the cold truth, that's how them dies. Taking shots that even Neil can't dodge. Land of the eagle, robbing you for your morals, promoting care and evil. Heavily surveillance that every camera can see. GMO processing everything that defeats you. Wicked ways of the world is here to mislead you.
Thank God I'm alive. This world's so empty, I need you with me everywhere I go. I'm fighting day by day and night. Hope you can spare my soul.
There is no world trade, now the world trades in pain. Is this an accident? It's more simple than strange, we trapped in it. Perhaps a tragic tactic to form that makes us the sanctions. Internet interactions, following your bad habits. No matter how much you making, they always got their eye on it. It's evident the government don't want a peasant resident become activist artists who owns business or residence. Cause sooner or later, we're residing right next to them, controlling your next of kin, teaching them the world of sin. They only learn the worst of it, every kid equipped with barcodes and biochips. Slowly we accepting it, pretending it's benefiting, but now they wanna know what you be heading and what you're getting and selling. Cause in Armageddon, Big Brother is overprotected, so you always say yes to him. He wants to be respected. When our service has expired, he'll get tired and we all be irrelevant.
Thank God I'm alive. This world's so empty, I need you with me everywhere I go. I'm fighting day by day and night. Hope you can spare my soul.
Hey. On the surface he's grinding, but deep inside he's crying, trying to keep his eyes from the prize, to keep them aside smiling. All stacked against him, he leans on Yada, not fall to violence. And when he call on Yaya, responds with such flawless timing. His environment's filled with zombies, it's not the brightest. Finding ways to escape this place, he gets lost with rhyming. Using his gift to uplift, but also constant reminder that somewhere someone needs his songs to give all praise to Yahweh.
Don't worry, just don't worry. Yahweh, then Yahweh's gonna bring us home.
Hey, got the heart of a lion, armor all on his body. This shoot's the hardest thing ever, but still he costs the mileage. Deep in the trenches where wickedness prospers all the time. It's like the good gets punished just for doing what is smart and righteous. As the stars are aligning, Yahweh's calling his finest. All united, not divided. Tough road, but I think I'm alive.
Thank God I'm alive. This world's so empty, I need you with me everywhere I go. I'm fighting day by day and night. Hope you can spare my soul.
Why do you smile?
Arcadian, I've fought countless times, yet I've never met an adversary who could offer me what we Spartans call a beautiful death. I can only hope, with all the world's warriors gathered against us, there might be one down there who's up to the task.
Automate mistakes on purpose to divide the worth from the worthless. Reveal the facts to be certain. No pain, no gain in the verses. My faith been alive before churches, cause Yah is person on person. So I'm worried about complicated versions, cause the call to divine divergence. I'm still hurting, soul searching, networking and murking. Anytime think I drop my curtain, with a spirit that city suburban. I'm seriously merging and physically working on my purpose to lyrically service the mental malnourishing till I perish.
Yahweh's gonna save the awakened, then take him to an ageless haven. Patient, I can't stray away, gotta keep obliterating the pavement. Still remember that day on the phone, Mark, he said, yo, don't you take your foot off the gas. Always something to give y'all praises.
We're the dark oasis, countless cases, a peak of faithless. I'ma need the patience, defeat them chases. We seek his graces for true salvation. We keep on praising, we go on blazing these revelations. Teach aids, no altercations, good vibrations. We back to basics to build foundations. Now defeated Satan. Automate mistakes on purpose to divide the worth from the worthless. Reveal the facts to be certain. No pain, no gain in the verses. My faith been alive before churches, cause Yah is person on person. So I'm worried about complicated versions, cause the call to divine divergence. I'm still hurting, soul searching, networking and murking. Anytime think I drop my curtain, with a spirit that city suburban. I'm seriously merging and physically working on my purpose to lyrically service the mental malnourishing till I perish. People pursuing acts of violence, stir persistent act of defiance, freely forming a righteous alliance, truly against the science appliance. On a mission with wisdom and guidance, steady defeating the ignorant science, sealy convicted and non-compliant. Spiritual wars that move in silence.
Let's talk about what matters. Drop the vanity, folks out here losing their sanity. Kids popping off, lost in fantasies. People grieving over loss of family. The evil that be with the power, turning the people with credence to cowards, seeking to seize believers with vows. Man, even Stevie can see that it's foul.
Automate mistakes on purpose to divide the worth from the worthless. Reveal the facts to be certain. No pain, no gain in the verse. verses. My vape in a lot before churches, cause yeah, it's person on person. So I'm worried about complicated versions, cause the call to divine divergence. I'm still hurting, soul searching, networking and murking. Anytime to drop my curtain, with a spirit that city suburban. I'm seriously merging and physically working on my purpose to lyrically service the mental malnourished until I perish.
Depression gone with every song, music led by another echelon.
To get you strong, keep pressing on, long after we dead and gone.
From dusk till dawn, we're righteously armed with spiritual lessons from Yah.
We where we belong, we keeping on, the righteous with third of Zion.
Records embellished with heavily eloquence.
Elohim's presence presently evident.
Intricate elements, infinite intelligence.
Spiritual specimens lyrically resonant.
The gift was inheritance, smaller percentages.
Carefully measured and meant to be shared.
With the message projected, cemented, embedded.
The sensible question is, what will you get from it? I made mistakes on purpose to divide the worth from the worthless. Reveal the facts to be certain. No pain, no gain in the verses. My faith in a lot before churches, cause Yah is person on person. So I'm worried about complicated versions, cause the call to divine divergence. I'm still hurting, soul searching, networking and murking. Anytime to drop my curtain, with a spirit that city suburban. I'm seriously merging and physically working on my purpose to lyrically service the mental malnourished until I perish.
I built this shit. Me. Brick by brick. And I'll be damned if I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk. Just tell me what's happening to me in plain English without the mumbo jumbo.
Shout outs to Sister Crystal. This is breastplate. And I hope that your breastplate is fastened on real tight for this warfare that we are experiencing. Because it's only going to get worse before it gets better. So faith over fear all day. And if you ain't ready for this, then get out the damn way. And allow the righteous brothers and sisters that are ready to take on the responsibility of giving all their praise to the Most High and getting out of their own way and allowing Yahweh to pave the way. Let's go.
Attitude reflect leadership. Attitude reflect leadership. Attitude reflect leadership.
If I let you tear it down just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk.
I want to uplift someone. Check this out.
There's 86,400 seconds all in a day.
Wow.
Time is too precious to let it all go to waste. Don't let it slip. You gotta use it to your advantage. Life is too short, so don't you take it for granted. Build a fire, get inspired, try to make a difference. Life's a struggle, but things can change in an instant. 1 minute you're full of doubt and hate your life. Next moment you're self-esteem, don't race to the sky. Kinda funny, but that's life and you can't predict it. All we can do is be a humble soul and stay persistent. Listen, I know you hate living in the same conditions, but the situation's in your hands, you gotta make it different. Become the rose that suddenly rose from the ashes. Keep moving forward till it's boring to even speaking past it. Be the exception, that green apple in the basket. And keep that motivation burning with the passion.
Rise, rise, we're gonna rise, rise. We're not gonna stop till we reach the summit. And our spirits ain't ever gonna sink or plummet. Rise, rise, we're gonna rise, rise. We're not gonna stop till we reach the summit.
It's time to rise, brothers and sisters.
All praise to the King. Yah Elohim, my path was unclear, but he saw better things. A servant for the Father, boy, it's awesome to be. My eyes are open, no longer lost in the weeds. If he did it for me, then he could do it for you. No matter whatever lane you choose to pursue, just know that he'll be with you through the winters. Like a brother, like a sister, like a father, mother, uncle, aunt. Yeah, he'll never miss you. It's your turn to make a move and rise. Like a missile that's about to launch up in the sky. Don't be afraid, everybody's got a light. You gotta let it shine, let it guide you to be first place at the finish line. In time, things will take a turn for the better. Don't look back and slow down. Keep your foot on the pedal. Give the wheel to the Lord. He's gonna steer you right to a future so beautiful and it's filled with light.
Rise, rise, we're gonna rise, rise. We're not gonna stop till we reach the summit, and our spirits ain't ever gonna sink or plummet. Rise, rise, we're gonna rise, rise. We're not gonna stop till we reach the summit, and our spirits ain't ever gonna sink or plummet. Hold your head up high, know someday you're gonna rise. Trust the King, he knows what you need. He knows for sure what you're destined to be.
Just gotta
hold your head up high, know someday you're gonna rise. Trust the King, he knows what you need. He knows for sure what you're destined to be. Rise, rise, we're gonna rise, rise. We're not gonna stop till we reach the summit, and our spirits ain't ever gonna sink or plummet. Rise, rise, we're gonna rise, rise. We're not gonna stop till we reach the summit, and our spirits ain't ever gonna sink or plummet.
Wasn't perfect, but at least someone said all praise. Hey,
Life is an unpredictable and amazing journey. Our ever-changing conditions within today's society and the constant new trends influencing cultures can become overwhelming, to say the least. But no worries. The Network of Awareness podcast radio show brings peace of mind in these challenging times. Follow us on your favorite podcast listening app and join our community of Network of Awareness at networkofawareness.com. All right, brothers and sisters, I hope that y'all enjoyed the instrumentation with some of the songs that we played. Shout outs to all the artists that have contributed to the music that the Network of Awareness plays, and truly appreciate you for believing in my network in order to distribute your music and have it played. And anybody who wants to get their music played, I only charge $75 to have your music played for 5 days in a row. And then, of course, I'll keep it in the rotation periodically throughout my shows. And we're not going nowhere. This is our 312th or 15th episode. And that's just on this network. That's not including all the other shows, not even including the private premium shows. So we're not going nowhere. We're only getting better. So get it while it's hot, right? Because as the network grows, the prices will increase because the demand will be greater. So just to give some closing statements to this particular episode, and I definitely suggest that you listen to this show as many chances as you get, especially if you're the type of person that is in this current state of uncertainty where you don't know if you should cut certain people out of your life. And I'm here to tell you, as a messenger for the Most High, that you should do it right away. Because the faster you do it, the better things are going to get. The quicker things will get better for you. Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. Because these people, believe it or not, are psychic vampires. And I believe, in my own personal opinion, it's not so much that they intend on being a psychic vampire in your life, but they are a deterrent. They are a roadblock. They are an obstacle that is stopping you from proceeding to move forward on the righteous tightrope that you so carefully walk step by step, that you so carefully and invest so much energy into maintaining the balance that you properly need, that you have to put strain on every fiber and every muscle within your body to maintain balance on this righteous tightrope, on this walk of life that you have taken on the responsibility to walk on in the first place. And it ain't easy, because nothing that's worth it is easy. Everything that is worth it takes a lot of patience and time and effort and energy in order for it to be manifested, in order for it to come to fruition, in order for it to be appreciated on the level in which it should be appreciated. And your life has value. That's why I do what I do present day, because my job in serving the Most High is to give the gifts back that have been given to me by the Most High, to give you the message that your life has value every single moment of the day. But ain't nobody gonna realize that more than you. And the only reason you can have the opportunity to realize that to this highest magnitude is if you get closer to what mankind has led astray. And that's the Most High, period. Don't listen to the naysayers. The haters are there for a season, nothing more. Appreciate them. Embrace the lesson that needs to be learned, and then continue on your path and let them go. And like one of my friend's mother said in Spanish, a Dominican woman that gave me one of the most important gems of my life, when she said, "Cuando tú tiras algo en la basura, tú no vuelves para atrás para recogerlo." And what that means is when you throw something in the garbage, you don't go back to that motherfucker and pick it out. You leave it there in the garbage where it belongs. It served its purpose already. Now it's waste. And what you're doing when you allow these haters to fucking stick around, all you're doing is wasting time on getting closer to understanding yourself. And what you're really doing is you're disrespecting the Most High from really getting closer to what the Most High wants for you in the life, in the short life that you have to live here on this planet, on this school system for the soul. And if you don't pay heed to the messages, that hater in your life is going to continue to block you from your path to salvation, going to continue to block your quest to salvation. And if you want to be continuously blocked from reaching salvation, then keep the fucking hater around. And that's where you're going to stay. And eventually you are going to be vibrating with the same energy that resonates within that hater, because that's what they need from you. They need you to come down to their level and embrace it. And they need you to live within the same misery that you now are accompanying them on. And I'm going to tell you something. That life is not for me. And I hope that it's not a life that you choose to have for yourself. So with that being said, brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for tuning in to this show called Haters Equal Master Teachers, episode 12 of season 4. Don't look for the light at the end of the tunnel, because the light is and always will be within you. So light up the tunnel and find your way through the darkness. When you live in the present, there's always an opportunity for a new beginning. Start a new beginning on life today, now, tomorrow, without that hater that's been part of your past. Make the hater not be part of your past anymore, but be your past. And continue on your quest to salvation. This is all the information that's saying, I hope to see you on the other side, because I'm putting forth righteous intentions to get there. and I hope to see you there. Peace, love, and light, and Barakatah, all praise to the Most High.